Have you ever done something kind for a complete stranger and wondered if it ever mattered? Most people believe small acts of kindness disappear forever. But what happened to one ordinary sandwich, 20 years later, left an entire city speechless? Stay until the end because this story proves that kindness never truly disappears. 20 years ago, on a cold, rainy evening, 12-year-old Arav stood outside a small bakery, staring through the glass. His clothes were soaked. His stomach growled with hunger. He hadn't eaten since the previous day. Inside the bakery, customers came and went, carrying warm bread and smiling as if the world had no problems. Just as Arav turned away, an elderly woman noticed him. Without asking a single question, she bought a fresh sandwich and a bottle of water. She walked outside, handed them to the boy, smiled, and simply said, "One day when life gives you the chance, help someone else." Before Arav could even ask her name, she disappeared into the crowd. That simple moment stayed in his heart forever. Years passed. Arav worked harder than anyone around him. He studied during the day, worked nights, faced rejection after rejection. But he never forgot the kindness of that stranger. Whenever he saw someone in need, he remembered the sandwich. He paid school fees for children, helped elderly neighbors, donated books, fed hungry families whenever he could. Not because he was rich, but because someone had once believed in him. 20 years later, Dr. Arav Mehta became one of the city's most respected heart surgeons. One winter morning, an ambulance rushed into the hospital carrying an elderly woman suffering from a serious heart condition. She needed emergency surgery. Her family couldn't afford the operation. The hospital staff hesitated. Dr. Arav quietly looked at her medical file. Then he walked into the room. The moment he saw her face, he froze. Time seemed to stop. It was her, the same kind woman. A little older, a little weaker, but the same gentle eyes. She didn't recognize him. How could she? To her, he had simply been one hungry child among thousands. Without saying a word, Dr. Arav performed the surgery himself. Hours later, the operation was successful. When the woman recovered, she nervously asked, "Doctor, how will I ever pay this hospital bill?" Dr. Arav smiled. He placed a small envelope in her hands. Inside was the hospital receipt. Across the front, someone had written, "Paid in full, with one sandwich 20 years ago." The elderly woman stared at the words. Tears filled her eyes. She looked at the doctor. "You?" Arav nodded gently. "You told me to help someone else when life gave me the chance. You changed my life with one small act of kindness. And today, I finally had the chance to say thank you." Both of them stood in silence. No riches, no awards, no applause. Just two people connected by one forgotten moment that neither time nor distance could erase. Because kindness has a remarkable way of finding its way back. Sometimes in days, sometimes in years, and sometimes 20 years later. So let me ask you something. If you had the chance to change a stranger's life today with one small act of kindness, would you do it? If this story touched your heart, comment, "Kindness always returns," and tell us about one act of kindness you'll do this week. Your comment might inspire someone else to make a difference. And if you enjoy stories that stay with you long after the video ends, subscribe to MoodZenAI and turn on notifications.